If you've been on BEHANCE, the After Effects subreddit, or Twitter lately, you might have come across the work by 23-year-old Thibaut Crepelle. I recently featured this ad for a vintage product in the first ever RareViz Roundup, a collection of the best videos I had found in the motion and CG space online recently. I was so impressed with this video that I sat down with Thibaut to talk about how he got into motion design. We also talked through the process of making the Konica Pop video and where he wants to go next. So there's been quite the reaction to your video there on BEHANCE, on the After Effects subreddit, and on Twitter.
Yeah.
How have you yourself reacted to all that hype?
That past week, I've been smiling all day long. All day long. I don't know what to say. It was so heartwarming, feeling appreciated, and especially with my friends and family. I'm going to be an artist and such. And so when I show it to them, they were like, yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. So that's what you've been doing. That's really cool. And it made me really proud.
Thibaut's story of how he got into motion design is really interesting.
I always did motion design after school hours. I'm also a Boy Scout. And so we do a camp each summer. And at the end of the summer, we do a little video of what we did at the camp. And I was always the guy doing it. And then when I had to figure out where I want to study, I went to a business school because I couldn't really say to my parents, I want to do art. I want to do communication stuff, 3D, because that was so weird for them. And now I figured it out that it's way easier for people like me to get into works like this.
Okay, so fast forward to today. Why did you decide to take on such a large personal project?
I was doing a lot of logos, 2D animation, maybe graphic idents. And I was not liking it at all because that was the way of me to pay my rent. And then I had decided to really take the time to make a good project that can show everyone that I can do a great job in 3D. So at that same time, I went to a thrift shop. I saw that camera. I just liked it and bought it. And then when I went back home, I said, that's really cool. The way you can pop off the flash, the way that it's really simple, it's plasticky. It could be a nice training to model that object. So I went in, modeled it, and then I found the music, started to write down everything and say, I'm going to make a really good project.
Thibaut goes about creating the video in a really methodical way.
So my process was to treat that project as if it was a professional one. I did make a fake client brief, like the 80s stuff. I thought about the Rubik's Cube. That kind of reminded me of 80s. I did my animatics drawing, and then I slice up the music. So I know how many frames I need to render. I pre-render it. So I don't do an octane render. I just do it like simple render. I sync it with the music on Sony Vegas. If this works, I can render it. If it doesn't work, I need to work it again and again and again.
And he uses some tools that are not exactly industry standard.
I'm using Sony Vegas for the editing. That seems really weird, but like I've been using it for ever, basically. I wouldn't know how to do it on Premiere, and I don't see why I would switch to Premiere. So, and I got Sony Vegas on sale, so I don't care. But I also use FL Studio, the demo version, to add the notes on the music. When the batteries hit the keyboard, they are the correct notes, so I had to figure it out based on the music with FL Studio. It's the little details. After Effects for compositing, and I do a little bit of tweak on colors and then shove it into Sony Vegas, the good old Sony Vegas. Animation is my favorite part because you really see the things coming together. You like think about the transitions, how they can interact with each other.
Looking through his Vimeo projects, I found 3 videos that represent his skill level as it grows over time.
Yeah, the first one was made for my business school association back then. So 2 years ago. The NG Tech was made in November.
And now in March 2021, with the Konica Pop video, which is taking the 3D internet by storm.
I bumped up my prices as a motion designer. So that's really cool. That's a really good feeling. I always was on the lazy side and didn't get my stuff managed, and it really helped me. And now I love doing spreadsheets and plannings to create projects. I think I'm ready now to tackle big business jobs and start my way up.
I hope you found that just as inspiring as I did. A huge thank you to Thibaut for sharing his journey with us. To continue to follow Thibaut's work, go to thibaut.cool, his Behance, or his Instagram. And please let us know your top takeaways in the comments below. Until next time.